James, what was the main attraction to you and lure for you to come and get involved in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I have 3 boys, and 2 out of the 3 of them are just love comics and superheroes and all the rest of that, and I have made many films and done television work and all the rest of it, and none of it has been for kids or my kids specifically. Some of the films I've made probably for my eldest son would probably be more interesting. But I wanted to make a film that specifically my second son, and then I also sort of was watching my 3-year-old at the time, who's now 6. When I first met with Kevin Feige and Jeremy Latcham, I wanted to make a film that they would really be, as you were just talking about with your kids, in that, you do this sort of, a career's worth of work, and the only thing they're interested in is really the voice of Jarvis. Well, I wanted to do something that my kids could really be excited by, and so this came along. And it was odd because apparently Joss had gone in, when he was in sort of the initial casting conversations with Kevin Feige about this film, he apparently came in and said, well, I don't really have a list to play Ultron, and I just like to have James do it. And Kevin said, well, that's great, because James has voiced the fact that he'd like to do a film with Marvel, and we would like that as well. So it all sort of came together nicely. And then it has turned out so absolutely beautifully in that, I just had such fun doing it, and doing something I had never done before and couldn't even really conceive of. And was able to spend time with some really wonderful people. I really love working with Joss. Joss is a wonderful, wonderful guy, and tremendous to spend an evening having dinner with.
Yeah. Paul, once again, you've had a chance to voice Jarvis for a while now. How fulfilling is it for you, and what exciting was it for you to actually now transition from that into getting in front of the camera as Vision?
It's a double-edged sword. Before I would turn up and work for 2 hours, and they'd give me a bag of cash, and then I would just run away with said bag of cash. And now I have to turn up and spend 3 hours in makeup and work for a living. So that's a bummer. But then the work is really fun, and you're working with lovely people, as James just said, and really creative people who are playing at the top of their game. Nobody's making those superhero movies like Marvel. They're just...
But maybe in whatever iteration Vision were to show up again in any other Marvel movie, maybe he has the capacity to, self-evolve and self-generate. Maybe for the next time he's just realized, you know what, I'm going to look like me wearing a tracksuit.
Exactly, to hell with
wearing a pair of trainers.
Yes, exactly.
All right, well,